Andre Ward came out talking about Wilder. He said that Wilder has to be honest with himself. If he wants to, win the Trilogy match with Tyson Fury, that's official. Just to let the people know, Wilder versus Fury is official, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. However, I just want to get your take on Andre Ward. Now, what do you think about his statements about, Wilder claiming that the costume was 40 pounds and that kind of affected his performance and was the reason why he lost, or one of the reasons. And, he kind of had a couple excuses. So Andre Ward said that he have to be honest with himself and throw all the excuses out of the window and blame it on himself to have a better chance of winning the Trilogy match. Because even if he does everything right, it's still going to be tough.
Absolutely.
What's your take?
So he's been outboxed, out of the total 19 rounds, probably about 16, 15 of those rounds. So thinking that this one incident of you wearing a uniform into the ring is why you lost to this other guy is delusional at this point. And I'll give a shout out to Andre Ward because he obviously watched the shows, because I think I said something like that just last week or the other day whenever we talked about that. And of course, so the first time when you are dealing with, I don't want to talk about like substance abuse or any kind of addiction or problem that you have, is you have to first admit that you have this problem, right? Because if you don't, then you're not going to fix it. So if he doesn't admit that I haven't really probably worked on my craft as I should because I've always had this eraser, then he's not going to work on that. He's going to be doing these silly pirouettes, which I see him do in the ring sometime when he's sparring. It's like spinning around and kind of clowning and showing his overall athleticism, but he's not working on key things that's going to make him a better boxer. And when he goes up against somebody like Tyson Fury has been in the ring since he was 5 years old. It's like swimming. It's like walking to him. It's a very natural thing. It's like
second
Floyd.
Nature.
It's second nature. It's like Floyd and probably even maybe not Andre Ward. Like Andre Ward's probably a little bit older. But
and that's why your point is when Deontay Wilder fights a Tyson Fury, he's always a step behind because it's second nature to Tyson Fury. Wilder started boxing late, so he has to think on his next move. Tyson Fury is just muscle memory. So what's your take on the costume? Can that affect you if you're wearing something for 40 minutes, for 30 minutes that weighs 40 pounds maybe, you walk in the ring and you're not as elusive, and then someone coming at you, you don't even have time to basically get your legs under you. What's your take on that?
I think it's a poor excuse, particularly Wilder was on a Joe Rogan show, and he was talking about how he does most of his activities or his high intense activities, maybe his hit activities, with a 40-pound vest on all the time. So his body is like used to kind of working with that. And if anything, once he got it off, maybe he would have, felt a little bit lighter. So sometimes, how you work out with weights or do stuff. So I might box with some weights in my hands. Then once I put them down, then I'm just super light and fast, right? So I'm not going to be necessarily worn out unless I'm doing intense activities over a long period of time. This guy took a nice even stroll to the ring wearing that uniform. And come on, I feel silly even talking about this.
Well, I do want to say that, when you wear a 40-pound costume for 40 minutes, probably is not the smartest thing to do when you're facing a Tyson Fury. The reason why, this guy, after like gaining 150 pounds, having 2 tune-up fights, and then he had a fight with Wilder, he gave Wilder a tough time. So it's like Wilder had to come in the best shape, prepared on 100%, and you wearing a 40-pound costume for 30 minutes, and I know how uncomfortable they are when you wear them. So by the time he got in the ring, I know that could play into, you not looking good in the first or second or third round, but eventually you in such a great condition, like Andre Ward touched on, that by the third round you're gonna be elusive. However, he never got to that. By the third round, Tyson Fury cracked him in the ear. We thought he busted his eardrum. Yeah. Of course, we not prophets. We don't know the unknown. So with that being said, you know, I just want to clear up. It was actually a cut in the ear. It took 7 stitches. Regardless, the point remains, it messed up his equilibrium. That's why he looked like he was off balance the whole night. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was the costume.
Your head knocked around.
Yeah, I don't think it was the costume. It was the fact that Tyson Fury was 70 pounds almost bigger than him, or 40 pounds.
40, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you see them against, you know, right next to each other, man, Fury was so much bigger than him, reach-wise, height-wise, and I think Tyson Fury even give Tyson Fury problems. If Tyson Fury fight himself, and he in a situation where he fighting a fighter that's taller than him and has more reach and more height and bigger than him, that's tough for any heavyweight. So Deontay Wilder has the power to change all of this. But one thing for sure, like Andre Ward said, he has to be honest with himself. He has to put the blame on himself, like Akon said. He said it best, put the blame on me. Wilder need to blame it on himself so he could get technically better to set up the KO punch. Because all it takes is one. Fury could be 100 times better than Deontay Wilder. But all Deontay Wilder has to do is crack him with one punch. And that goes to my point, which we talked about last show. And I said 2 ways to defeat Deontay Wilder when he was undefeated during the prediction. I didn't get my prediction right, but I told y'all. Even Dante brought up the same point. You could either try to be perfect the whole night, that's tough to do. You could even ask Tyson Fury that and box around. Mm-hmm. However, you have to be perfect the whole night. Wilder have to be perfect for 1 second. Or you could reverse the roles and you go hunt the hunter and bully the bullier, which take heart and look for the KO. And, you know, knock him out before he knocks you out. And that's what Tyson Fury did. So, like I said, I predicted that. I didn't think Tyson Fury was going to be able to pull it off. I didn't even think Tyson Fury was crazy enough to pull off a move like that. But he did. So, shout out to Tyson Fury for doing so. However, we have a trilogy on our hand.
We do.
Officially, Deontay Wilder came out saying that, and his team and his manager, they said that they already activated the rematch clause for the 3rd fight. So with that being said, it's official. It's on. The trilogy match, we don't know what's the date. They are negotiating that, but he is blocking the AJ fight. Deontay Wilder is not letting that slide. He said he'd rather go out on his face or his back. He'd rather die in the ring. He's willing to die in the ring. That's what he does for a living. Now, what you think about that fight? A trilogy match in our hand. It's a great fight. The second fight lived up to everything from the expectations to the hype and Tyson Fury put on the show. Deontay Wilder didn't live up to what he was saying, but he's trying to rewrite the wrong. He has the right hand in the eraser to erase everything the judges did and to erase history. He has the power to erase what happened in history. So with that being said, can he pull it off? What's your take on it? Bomb Squad Nation, stand up. What do you think, Professor?
They are out here in droves because I just hear everything from the gloves and I don't know, like they put some grease on the mat so he would slip and pull something.
We're gonna talk about that next round. All right, so this is Split Decision. It's a boxing debate / talk show. So tune in every Sunday live on AkHi TV exclusively. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. And listen to these decaf / media, of course, is new media all day. Shout out to DBN for starting the new media wave. And you already know Professor Nim on the left in the blue corner. AkHi on the red corner. The undefeated 24-0. We've been 24 episodes. And, you know what I mean? I'm untouched. God only made a couple things perfect. And that's my boxing record and my debating record on Split Decision and Floyd Mayweather boxing record. What do you say to that, Professor Nim?
I want to say that give a shout out to everybody that's tuning in. We definitely appreciate the love, appreciate the call-ins, appreciate the super chats. We usually stray away from politics, but I want to say Super Tuesday is coming up and everything. So I'm not going to get in it. I'm not going to tell y'all who I'm voting for and everything. But, You know what I'm saying? So make sure that
he letting it be known. Stop playing with Professor Nim, the man with all the knowledge, a real life professor in real life. So put some respect on his name.